My week. That's a loaded question.
What'd you do this week?
I don't even remember. I've had so many emotions this week. I've been training nurses every single day.
Yeah, like a million of them.
Which has been so fun. They're amazing, so I appreciate them. Just been working, sleeping, hustling.
Yeah, those are all good things. I fear something happened here on my leg.
Did you get bit?
No, like I must have wiped sunscreen on my inner thighs, and then I have this weird.
Sort of like another jellyfish sting.
Oh no jellyfish things.
What did you do this week?
I had a lot of really annoying, dramatic issues at work that you know about.
Yes.
So that took up like the majority of my week, I would say. A lot of like my time, energy, mental capacity. And besides that, I mean, I was really on my grind. Like I was really working out. I was really doing the thing. I really learned a lot about editing. I downloaded CapCut on my computer, which was cool. So, edited the podcast, made us a little logo. I did share.
Speaking of football, maybe we should have our favorite NFL player on.
He would never do that, ever. He'd rather jump off an actual cliff than do that.
We could have him on, and then people could guess who he is.
I think they're gonna know, because he's mic'd up on all these types of videos that people... Have you seen those Instagram videos of him?
He's the funniest.
He's kind of, like, rude. But, I mean, he is funny. He's funny. I like him. He's cool. So... I don't know where that tied in. Oh, after I edited it, I sent it, and then I actually said, I'm not open to feedback unless it's that I'm hilarious, perfect, funny, all things. So I was like, I asked you for your opinion, but I actually only wanted your opinion if it was going to be that you think it's the best thing you've ever listened to in your entire life. So I'm actually not seeking feedback. So I had to correct him, and then we moved forward. It was okay.
Is he ever gonna listen again?
Probably not. He said, I really hope I don't catch strays. And I said, well, then don't do things that would catch you strays.
What's that mean?
It means basically what I'm doing, exactly what I'm doing right now. Yeah. It's essentially exactly what I've just did the last 60 seconds. He didn't want that. But that's none of my business. Really. If you didn't want to get involved, you shouldn't have spoken to me ever. Mm-hmm. That's really his fault. I can't be held accountable for such things.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. So you're on your grind. Maybe I get why. We maybe need to narrow in on a topic. But what do the listeners want to know?
So... something exciting. We have 7 listeners.
Hello, listeners.
I don't know. I feel like we could just, what do you want to talk about? You want to narrow in on a topic. I feel, going with the flow is sort of.
Okay. I'll go with the flow.
Well, what's your topic
right
that
now,
you want to narrow
I don't know, honestly. That's where I'm like, maybe we should AI topics. Get some ideas. We have a lot to talk about. That's the problem. It's just we have a lot to talk about, and it's just narrowing down what we want to talk about. But we can talk about our day today.
Okay. So, how did your day start?
I went to run club.
How was that?
I'm not really a runner, but talking to people, like meeting new people, is so fun to me. I about passed away.
So you went to run club to talk more.
To talk.
Right.
Exactly. Very, very grateful for people, though, that walked with me because, I can't run 3 miles. I'm a Pilates girl.
Okay.
But no, it was good. Went grocery shopping. Did what a typical
What'd you get from the grocery store?
Everything. I had to...
Like your full week.
Basically. Brussels sprouts. Milk. Yeah.
That was it.
Tampons for the future.
You got Brussels sprouts, milk, and tampons for the week.
Yeah.
That's all you're gonna eat.
I got some quinoa cheese. Oh, we could talk about carnivore diet because
Oh, I was just watching some videos about that.
I am a carnivore girl. Love my meat. Got some steak. Got some cheese.
How do you cook steak at home?
I cook it. I love a cast iron, but I don't have a cast iron right now.
I just felt like I had to do the same thing at the same time. I don't know why I just did.
But I love to obviously like sear it in some oil, olive oil or ghee or some coconut or avocado.
Butter. Oh.
Yeah. Then I add the butter. I like to sear it super hot. Like I put salt.
The butter from that place that we went to would be so good on that.
Yes, that would be
It's
so
so
good.
much butter though. It's like it would take you forever to finish on
So
that much butter.
good. Yeah. But I'm like, I love butter, love garlic, love salt. I keep it simple. Add a little rosemary. Good to go. So I'm very excited to eat that this week. And then, yeah, I forgot my cottage cheese, which is a bummer. But I just like to eat a lot of protein, high fat, low carb.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the week, I got avocados, cheese, chicken, beef, bacon.
That's amazing.
That's literally it. Oh, rice and sweet potato. Love sweet
I
potato.
got some sweet potatoes.
And then I've been into rice with butter. So good.
Make mine with bone broth. It's amazing. Yeah.
You cook it in bone broth?
Yeah.
I should start doing
Yeah.
that. That's really smart. I have some bone broth left over.
Adds so much like protein to it, flavor to it. Best way to go.
I
Same
should-
with quinoa, everything.
You remember when I started my when I started just like completely changing my diet and
Yeah.
stuff again?
Yeah.
Not that I was eating unhealthy before. It was just I really needed to do like a sort of like a cleanse moment.
Yeah.
Not a cleanse, but you know what I mean. Just clean things up. I should do that again. I've been thinking about it. It's just kind of intense
Yeah.
and a commitment.
I love like a Whole30 diet. Anyone who wants to get rid of like inflammation, detoxify their body, Whole30 is amazing. It's like no sugar.
Whole30 is you only eat like meat and avocado and like
Whole Foods.
but there's still a lot of whole foods you can't eat on Whole30.
Yeah, you can't have like sweet potatoes and stuff.
Yeah, and there's a lot of
starches.
fruit you can't eat. I'm
But
pretty sure.
it's so that's more like keto. You can have a lot of like
Whole30,
fruit.
I thought you eliminated like. I mean, I think you eliminate almost everything, don't you?
Unless I was doing it wrong. It's 30 days of whole food, basically. That's what it's like. The whole gist is. And the biggest thing is to cut out sugar.
Yeah.
Which I didn't follow everything. And like dairy, like you can't have dairy, you can't have even like butter. So
Can you eat eggs?
yes, you can eat eggs. I mean, you should definitely get like if you know you're sensitive to things. Like there's like the elimination diet.
I don't eat eggs
now
anymore because
if you're sensitive.
yeah.
But Whole30 is where I lost like 20 pounds the first time because I was just
Of inflammation or
yeah,
more
like
fat?
it was both a little bit probably. But it was just so good. Like you have basically a calendar of 30 days and there's a like it'll tell you your symptoms. Like you may feel really fatigued, you may feel some like flu-like symptoms, headaches,
Oh, because
and
you're
then
detoxing.
yeah, and then there's like a week of like insane energy and you start like you might gain weight and then you lose it, like you gain the water. But it was incredible. Like both my parents did it, and the recipes that I would just like look up on, because I was like basically a stay-at-home daughter at this time. I worked my like 3 days or 2 days at the hospital, and then
You had a lot of free time.
Yeah, my Whole30 meals, and it was insane. So good. Like coconut milk you could have, so you could make like soups and
Yeah.
It made me creative. It made me better at like cooking too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. I could get back on that. I feel like anytime though, I just don't eat processed sugar, gluten, and then I don't really keep processed foods in my house. So it's like if I want to eat, I'm eating meat and potatoes,
Yeah.
meat and vegetable, fruit and yogurt. And then I usually am like, okay, this is great.
Yeah.
But right now I actually can tolerate a lot of stuff, so I probably don't even really need to. But
That's
it's always good to just do a little.
See, that's the thing. Tip for the fatties. Stop keeping it in your house.
That's so true.
Don't have it in your house.
It's
You
so
won't
easy.
eat it.
It's so easy to just not buy things. Also, when you're tired from working out, taking care of your animals, in my case, working, you don't want to get up after work and go like to the store to get ice cream or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, the more you feed your sugar craving, the worse it gets. Like, if you just keep
Us
eating
also
sugar.
literally talking all day about going to get our chocolate sorbet.
You know, you gotta treat yourself every once in a while. Yes, that's true. But I will say, I used to need sweets. I crave sweets.
I don't
all
ever
the time.
really crave.
Yeah.
Like today we bought candy and I have like 3 pieces and I'm like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah, it's a nice little, like, treat. And then, and it's hot here. That's why I want ice cream.
Yeah. Also, it's good.
It is good.
Yeah, but I think you know when you're kind of catching yourself. Also, for sugar, the way I know I'm down bad on sugar is if I wake up at 3 a.m., 2 a.m., and what?
Because the parasites.
Well, I don't know, but like your blood sugar just
Yeah.
like crashes and you
Yeah.
like wake up and you're like wired. Or my energy levels in general.
Yeah.
So right now I'm kind of like feeling cracked out all the time, which also could be because of the NAD.
Yeah.
And so I know it's kind of like, I can tell by how I feel it's chill.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the first thing. If you feel like shit, then that's usually my go-to. Fix that. Start again.
Yeah, if people get like
Try and
headaches
reset.
dizziness and fatigue, like your blood
Well,
sugar's
you
out
also
back.
might, if you live here or somewhere hot, you might not have enough
Dehydration?
electrolytes, yeah. That used to happen to me so bad.
Yeah.
Then once I started taking electrolytes, my headaches went away, my cramping went away, and my energy was crazy, so much better.
Should we pause it so I can go get dressed?
Yeah, what are you gonna wear?
I think that blue dress. I bet. Yo.
Oh yeah, that's right. Then we hung out all day.
Yes. I got a smoothie, got coffee, we went to the beach, and then got ready, and now going to dinner.
A classic day.
A classic.
A classic
Literally,
perfect day.
Yes.
A classic
Grace
perfect
and
day. And remember when we were like, you know, sort of a bummer, we included other people into our classic
Yes.
perfect day.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, it was for our birthday, you know, it's a little bit annoying. And you said, it's our birthday weekend every weekend. And I said, you know what, actually, it's a really good point. Because it is. So what I did this morning was I rose and shined, rise and shined. And then I took my little piggy out. And then I went to the hot workout class, which was a mistake because I'm so dehydrated and I feel sick, like I'm going to throw up. Because all I've done all day is sweat. And then after that, that's when we met up. Beach. Papa Kwan's.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Honestly, we are 27 in the prime of our lives. We are fit and making.
I love the clarification. If you didn't know what we look like, we're hot and sexy. Okay, so picture that. 27, hot, sexy. Get it in your head. That's what the situation is.
We like to take care of ourselves.
I love the clarification. Actually, Taylor asked me a really good question today, really thought-provoking. I knew my answer right away, which was, you said, do you ever wish you were, would you say, medium ugly?
Yes.
Medium ugly.
attractive.
Okay, medium attractive. So you could just, settle down with someone?
Yeah, so like men weren't constantly hounding you on you, and if you were happily like with a man, that was, you know, you're safe medium ugly. Or if we do thrive in what we've been given and being single.
Shout out to God. Thank you, Jesus. Love you, Jesus, for that. Thank you.
Yeah, or be, you know, what we are now.
And for me, it was an obvious choice. I wouldn't trade this life for the world. I would not like that. But you considered it.
I mean, sometimes, yes. Sometimes when I am having like conversations with my family and they're on me about the dating life, and I tell them how difficult it is to find somebody like, you know, that meets all of my qualifications, which are truly not that crazy. And then, you know, they get upset about the dating and the men and all the things. And I'm like, and they get upset about men like chasing me. And I'm like, would you rather me be ugly?
Yeah, I think they're just protective. They're just protective. And that makes sense because of their values and the way you grew up. For my mom, getting married, when we were growing up, getting married and having kids was never aspirational. It was always just be an amazing student, be a great athlete, focus on yourself. My parents didn't want me dating. They're very neutral now. They don't really care. They'll let me do whatever I want. They don't have any commentary. But I understand. Because for me, I grew up, it was never aspirational because nobody in my community was like, that's what you should be trying to do. But for you, that wasn't the case.
Yeah, for me, it's like they want somebody to basically take care of me.
Which is crazy because you are so beyond self-sufficient. Yeah. So I don't know if they don't know that about you.
I think it's just the protective, the thing of like, I'm still, on my own as like a woman out in the world. And you do have creepy men that think that they can, nuzzle in and...
Right, like what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Like, it's just, like, which, it's like a blessing and a curse, because obviously it's, like, great to be fit, attractive, all the things, but when I go to Publix and I'm trying to find, castor oil and tampons, the last thing I want is a man making comments about how I look.
And that's where we need to practice the I'm gonna fucking kill you face. Yes. That's something I'm really good at.
Yes, Grace has been teaching me to basically put up boundaries and give off an energy
of don't even try because they will end in violence. I try to give that, like, this will end in violence. Do you want that? Yeah. And usually no. But like I said, if there were, you said, what if there was somebody you were interested in? Of course, I'm gonna change my tune. But actually, I have received feedback that even though in my own head, it was like, when I met somebody at some point in time, I was trying to give off the vibes that I was interested and open and da-da-da. And they actually told me that they thought I hated them. And that I absolutely had no interest, wanted nothing to do with them. And I'm like, that's funny because that was me being really sweet. That was me being really, really sweet.
That means I like you.
That means I like you. And it was just, the setting is something to be, there's something to be said for the setting that I won't get into. But I think that had some sort of a factor to it.
Yeah. What I've learned since moving to Florida, like back home in Ohio, like men didn't really approach. Here and there they would. But here in Florida, men don't care. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the money. I don't know if it's the heat.
No, it's actually just where you're from. Because I have lived all over the country. St. Louis, very ghetto place. So that's a little bit different. Chicago, suburbs of Chicago, Arizona, different areas in Arizona, now Florida. It's actually everywhere is that way. The only place that isn't that way is where you're from. So to you, it seems vice versa. But it's actually... I know the truth because I've lived a couple of different places. So, but you, how would you know?
Yeah.
You couldn't possibly know. But now you do.
Yeah, I'm just super uncultured. Haven't been out and about. Sheltered girl, live in a bubble. I'm getting there though,
I mean, remember when we were in Miami and DJ Khaled came on, you didn't know any of the DJ Khaled songs. So if that says anything about the situation.
Yeah. Yep. And it's, again, blessing, but also, a curse a little bit. But
it's okay.
We're getting there.
And yeah, that's okay. It's just part of your journey. There's nothing wrong with it.
I don't know what I don't know, and Grace is teaching me.
Yeah, so it's good. We're learning together. It's funny. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's hilarious because my friends who I grew up with all had the same experience as me, so we've never ever talked about it. It's just like my best friend Camille will call me and tell me things that happened, and it's like, that's just a Tuesday. She actually told me she was at, I don't know if I should be like disclosing her personal information, but I don't think she'll have a problem with it. She was at a wedding. She's at a wedding this weekend, and not her relatives, obviously, but somebody's grandpa came up to her and her sister, who are both obviously gorgeous. Her and her sister are stunning, and they have like the most beautiful hair and eyes, and they're very interesting to look at, as well as they're very pretty. And people's grandpas are coming up to them saying, I just felt, it behooved me to come and approach you, the most beautiful, stunning women here, like sexualizing them, saying crazy things to them. And it's like they're just at someone's wedding and this is someone's grandpa, you know? And that's just, again, that's just a Tuesday.
Yeah.
But that's anywhere else besides where you grew up again.
I think, though, with older men especially, they
Yeah,
have
that's
nothing to
crazy.
lose.
Nothing
they have
to
nothing
lose.
They're like, you know,
One
at that
time
store and,
at work, a client asked me out on a date. He said, "Do you want to go get dinner with me tonight? Do you want to go to this party with me tonight?" And I said, "Oh, I don't date clients. No." And he goes, "Well, I didn't ask you on a date." I said, "Asking me out to dinner and taking me to a party with you, that's a date." Actually. And I said that. I said it in like a cute little way. I was like, haha, yes you did, you know? And he said, "No." Okay.
The, like, offense that men get when they feel rejected, I feel like is their biggest fear.
And then he's like, "You know what? You're actually ugly." No, he didn't say that, but I feel like that's always the feedback.
Yeah, they, like, turn it.
They beg you to hang out with them, and then if you say no, they're like, "And you know what? You're actually disgusting. So I actually didn't even want to hang out with you." I'm like, "That's weird because you just asked me out." It's a classic. A classic move. A classic move. I see it often.
Yep. I would love to, I need to know, like, what goes on in men's minds. I don't think a lot, though, from what I've heard.
No, not a lot.
From what I've heard, that men even say themselves, like, they're simple men. They're simple, like, minded. They don't think a lot. But...
And that's why they're able to fall asleep in 3 actual seconds. Which is something I wish I could do. I put my head down at night. If I'm not reading my book and then falling asleep while reading, the thoughts start to... Like, I have to fire someone soon. And it's the second my head hits the pillow. Are you scared you have to fire this person? Are you worried about the consequences of firing this person? Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been here before. Of firing this person. It's like, girl, we were not thinking about this. Go to bed. But if I were a man, that would never happen. I would just go to sleep. I would have no worries. Nothing would ever stress me out. And I would just sleep like an angel baby. So it's kind of, does that happen to you? Right before you go to sleep, you think of literally all the problems that...
Typically, yeah.
Typically,
Of course. I think my entire life over.
Yeah.
And, get some anxiety.
There's parking spots at a restaurant. That's crazy. That's how I know snowbirds have left. This is awesome.
But yeah, my anxiety creeps in. But then, I mean, my faith background kind of, like, saves me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I am constantly saying it is not for me to figure out.
Right.
Things are gonna happen as they should.
And that's what it is.
Yes.
It is what
And
it
God
is.
is good. He figures it all out. Every time I've been in this situation, everything always happens, like,
Yeah, that's
for
true.
my favor. So, yeah, I just, I don't want to lose sleep about it.
No, I agree. But sometimes it's very difficult to stop the thoughts.
Exactly. Especially when it's, like, something like, when it's work related and you're going to work the next day and you know it's going to be, like, affecting you.
Exactly. You know it's tomorrow. It's coming up. That is super hard. I agree.
Yeah.
So, what's going on in your personal life?
My personal life.
Yeah.
Oh, we're really getting in there. Again, I'm just giving it to God. So, kind of dating. Trying to be. I have discovered that I'm a fleer.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah. It's so interesting because I'm definitely, like, if a man likes me a lot, and if I like them, I tend to flee. But if I really like
Why?
men,
Because
and
isn't that what leads to marriage, which is what you want?
yes, and I think it's just a concern of, I've been single or, like, dating for, like, 27 years of my life. I really haven't dated somebody I could actually see myself marrying, I don't think. Like, looking back on it now, yes, like, in the moment when I dated a guy, like, a long time ago into high school and college, I thought I was going to marry him, but, like, looking back, I'm like, no, thankfully, that wasn't for me.
So you're just worried that would happen again.
I just have this, like, fear of, like, well, and the older I get, the more, not that my, like, desires change, my criteria changes, but I just grow so much more. So it's like, then this man who I'm going to be with better be even better than that. Like, I want a
Right.
man that's even better than me, gonna lead me, ahead of me. So he has to be strong in his faith. He has to be, like, able to lead financially, able to lead a family, able to lead, like, intelligent, like, emotionally street smart, all the things.
Mm.
And I'm starting to figure out that, like, just because, their age begins with a 3 doesn't always mean that they're any more mature
No.
than a 20-year-old.
No, it doesn't. And as you get better at being an adult and taking care of yourself and developing your career and in your personal life, it does get harder because they need to, again, match or beat you in all of those areas. And the more confident you become, it does narrow the pool.
Yeah. And then I'm supposed to incorporate them into my life that's already very established.
Oh, I think that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Because I'm not willing to make almost any sacrifices. That's a tough one.
See, I am open to sacrificing, but it has to be, like, for the better.
Okay. Let's say you have to change any part of your routine.
I could change my routine. It just depends what
Wow.
part. I still have to be able to work out, and it has to be in the morning. And I just have to be able to go to bed at a good time. I can change, I can be flexible, but it's just going to take. My biggest thing is I'm very, very, like, everything's clean, everything's organized, I have a time for everything. Like, so it's like, I need somebody to understand that when I need to work out, I'm going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
When I want to go on a walk, I'm going to go on a walk. When I need to go to bed, I need to go to bed. And my apartment is just so.
It's giving flexible. It's giving willing to make sacrifices. But that's how I feel now that I have my apartment exactly the way I want it. I just don't want anyone to touch it, ever.
Exactly.
I don't want anyone to talk to me when I get home. But I think I don't know, I could achieve that type of relationship, long distance, lots of space. But then is that really even a relationship? I don't know.
I think you just have to have somebody who compliments you too. So I feel like there are people that would understand. There are people that have understood my situation, and they've kind of, they've been fine with all of my, accommodation
your things.
or, like, accommodating. But yeah, it's just a big commitment. Marriage is a big commitment. Everything's a big commitment. To me, marriage is forever. It's a one-time thing. Hopefully, I don't want to have to think about. I don't even think about, like,
The possibility of it not being,
yeah. And then thinking about kids and just, like, where you're gonna live, what you're gonna do for work, yeah, it's just a big deal. So, yeah, my personal life has been, again, just giving it up to God.
Yeah. I feel similarly because if you try to think about how it's going to work out, you're going to ruin everything.
Mm-hmm.
I actually realized that recently. If you try to think honestly at all, I think about it. I think there's basics. They're an asshole if they do bad things, if they have no integrity, if they're a bum, they don't have those the basic qualities you were talking about, being smart, strong in their faith, that kind of thing. That's an obvious no. It's just I would never even sort of entertain it. But if they have all those things, obviously people's lives are so much more complicated than that. They might have the big structural things that you like, but then what is their actual relationship like with their family? Where do they live? What do they do for work? What are their career goals? What are their financial goals? Where do they see themselves in 10 years? Those types of things, I think right now, I don't even think about it.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Because I don't think you know until you're in the situation, real life with them. You can't predict an outcome. You can't predict, unless you've experienced it before, how you're going to feel about those things. At least I think. And then I've felt so much better when I just say, okay, whatever. I let it all go.
Yeah.
And just see what happens.
I think the problem is, like, the world culture puts all these crazy standards into, like, relationships and all the things. And so then I will, like, second guess.
Yes, I totally agree with that. How you feel or what you expect. Even some of the expectations, I've realized, I literally was just thinking about this yesterday. I've realized about what I think their relationship with their family should be like. Their, like, extended family. I think that their career and schedule should look like is so Why? Why would you even I just realized I don't even understand why I even thought that, and if it actually matters to me, I don't think it does. I think, especially if they have a good, healthy family,
Mm-hmm.
they're loving and kind. Do the minute details of it really matter? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's never going to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And do you even want it to look like what your family looks like because that's what you're comfortable with? Probably not.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
Just because it's just the devil you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you might think those things because people say they have on the internet or whoever is like, well, do they do this? Do they do that? Does it really matter at all?
Yeah. Yeah. A thought that has been in my head lately. So I do Pilates 3 days, 4 days a week, and I want to do like an intense 1 day a week class. And I'm thinking like, can I need a man who's gonna do this with me? And it's so
Why?
silly. I don't know. I don't. That's my thought in my head. I'm like, I can't be with a man who's not willing to go crazy and work out with me. I can't be with a man who isn't gonna be like a manly man and like be willing to like carry a gun or like. I just get in my head and put like little like criterias of
You just
this is
made
the
that
type
up.
of man. Yeah, because I'm a fleer, I think, and I just come up with like excuses to not be with somebody
But
or
you're
find a flaw
but
in
you're
somebody.
so happy doing it alone right now.
Mm-hmm.
Why would, if you're dating somebody, why would that change? That you wouldn't be happy doing it alone anymore?
Right.
That doesn't even make any sense. I get why I totally understand the thought track because I do the same things. But if you logically think about it, that doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I've realized something similar. I'm like, oh, well, I want them to be able to hang out with me this certain amount of time. Maybe once a week, twice a week. I want them to be this involved in my life. But right now, I'm so happy having 0 days committed to hanging out with any man.
Mm-hmm.
Why would that?
True.
So why are you thinking that that's a must? That doesn't even make any sense because I'm like, right now, I'm so happy doing that. Why would that change?
Because my woman brain. I get like locked on something. I think about it, and then I'm like, oh, I want a man that does that.
You think it into a literal spiral into the
Yeah.
ground. It's crazy. Yeah, but then I realized I woke up or something. Why, if you're happy right now, with that not being what you have, why would that change? Why would you think that's gonna change?
And also, I don't go to like a crazy class on Saturdays yet. So it's not real. It's not real. Like, it's truly not real. All these things are not real. I just think, oh my gosh, my entire life, like, I need a man who's gonna do this, this, and this. And I'm like, I'm not even doing that. So it's
So
just,
it doesn't matter. It's
it really
so
doesn't.
crazy.
It's just crazy how like the brain works and how you like panic or you freak out. Or again, like I also think like sometimes for me it's like, okay, Satan is just trying to keep people apart or like
I think it's just anxiety
weaseling
and
his way in.
you think about things too hard. Yeah, I think that I realized recently the main things that I want, and people always say this, is just marriage is a long conversation. Who do you want to talk to every single day?
Yeah.
And, if I'm happy talking to you all the time and I love our conversation and communication, that's just a huge part of it. If you observe them in their natural habitat, what type of a person are they? Are they somebody you would want to be a partner with? And partnerships can look so different. And I realized I'm so independent and I don't like having people in my space all the time and I want to be left to my own devices. So that's actually perfect. Why do I need a clinging relationship? I don't like that.
True.
So why would I think? But then you see, the problem is you see all the couples.
Exactly.
Oh, we do this together every day and we get the coffee together. And I like doing that with my girlfriends or by myself or with my pig. I don't need a man. That's not what that's another thing. I get in the loophole. Why does your man need to serve that function? That's not what a man is actually for. To go work out with and get coffee with and go to the beach with. That's what girls are for.
Yeah.
And pigs.
Yeah, your man should be providing and protecting.
So go to work. And then why are you mad? I'm talking to myself. Why are your feelings hurt that they're working 6 days a week? That's good. Get your dumb ass to work, actually. That's where you should be.
Yes. Yes.
Thinking about finances and picking out a house and like building a future.
And how to make your wife happy and your children happy, taking care of them. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't need that.
So truly, it's all so simple.
It is
We
so
just
simple.
overcomplicate it. We need to go back to basics.
We need to go back to the basics. No, I 100% agree. And I think if a man has those qualities and there's chemistry, of course, that is a non-negotiable. You can't be with someone you don't have chemistry with.
Yeah.
Of course. And if you have that, maybe that's worth
pressing.
exploring. Well, who knows? Because things come out over time.
Oh,
I've seen some things come out where I said, oh, that's crazy. We're not doing that. It's an immediate no, an obvious no. But if something hasn't come up that's an obvious no, and they are, again, have the integrity, the work ethic, those kinds of things, why do the small things matter?
Yeah. I agree. I definitely agree.
Because also, those are the things that change. Like, when you think about how you've changed and grown as a person, those are the things that change. But who you are fundamentally, your drive, your work ethic, your
100%.
ethics, those kinds of things are the things that stay the same. So that's what you should be looking for, not whether they like to work out in those classes that you want, or if they like to go to the beach with you on Monday mornings. It doesn't matter, because that's going to change anyway.
100%, yeah.
So why is that even a concern? I don't know. I just make it up in my head.
Exactly. Social media is part of it. I
Have
feel
to get off.
everything's fake.
Everything's fake. All those couples who are posting all those things. I actually follow a couple right now who just got engaged. And the girl posts probably every other day. Love of my life. So happy to spend forever with this
What
man.
I found is those are the most miserable.
Why are you posting that every day? If you're announcing your engagement or your marriage or whatever, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Why are you posting that every single day? Who are you posting that for? Because trust me, no one cares. You're posting it because you're trying to prove something.
Absolutely.
It's like, men will say, I'm a really nice guy. I really am. Have you ever had somebody say that to you? I swear I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
Or I'm not a liar. I don't lie. You're a liar. Why are you Never have I ever approached someone out of the blue being like, I'm really nice. I'm not a liar. It's giving is awful and a liar.
Total opposite, yeah.
That's what that energy is. It's the same thing.
I agree.
Are we going to get canceled for that? Are we going to get canceled for all of this?
No, that's the whole point. Nobody listens to us, so
It doesn't matter. No, that's so true. Actually, I think I might have said this on our other one, but one of the podcasts I listen to says, and she's huge, it's Trisha Paytas. You probably don't know who that is, but other people do. She's like a huge influencer. And she said her favorite podcasts to listen to are people who have 15 viewers, because they say
whatever
they say all types of stuff and they don't care. It's when people get filtered and they get followers and they're getting commentary and they start to mold themselves to what people want. That's never what the people want.
Exactly. We're just going to say how we feel and what we think.
That's what people like. I swear. Whenever I'm talking to clients and I just start going, that's when
The money
I make the big bucks. And I do. I sell. And I don't try to act any type of way. I just say, one time I sold like a couple $1,000s worth of like NAD and Niagen to someone because I said, look, I do it weekly, body's tea, I feel skinny. She said, period, here's all my money. That's what I said. I literally said that out loud. Thousands of dollars. If I was like, the science of NAD is... She doesn't care. I said, I can tell you want to be skinny and slay. Here it is. She said, okay, I don't need any more information than that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we work for an establishment that's safe and we have rules and regulations. So
Of
that's,
course.
of course, a consideration. But she already knew that, so we didn't have to talk about that.
Yeah.
But, and I think this is the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We just say it.
I just say it, and people love it. And then
Unfiltered.
if I think I'm funny, and then the clients, I don't care if they don't think I'm funny. They still hand me their credit cards. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's beside the point.
It's besides the point. I think
don't
they're
care
like,
what you think
she's
of me.
real.
Yeah.
She's giving me the real deal
Yeah.
here. So here's my money.
Yeah, you don't like spit like BS, and also then that means it's just like it builds like a trust too.
Totally. It builds a trust.
I always have told people like some of the worst doctors, like the rudest, most unbearable doctors to work with were the absolute best. And I was like, I don't want a nice guy.
No.
I want a good
No.
one.
Oh my God, no. I do not want people to tell me what I want to hear. If you're out here, this has happened with actually pretty much every person I've fired from like where we work has gone out of their way to be like, Grace, thank you so much for doing that. You look so beautiful today. Is that a new perfume? You smell great. And I said, I smell bullshit all over that. You're done. Get out of here. And they always end up being bad. But the people who work with me who give me real feedback, you shouldn't have done that. You should have done it this way. Have you thought about changing this? These are areas we can improve. I'm obsessed with them because they're real, and I know that they're going to hold me accountable if I make a mistake, and that's what I want. I don't want yes people. That's crazy. It's like your friends literally just being sounding boards for every single thing you say. And, there's a little bit of that going on for sure. But if I was really out of line, my friends would be like, that's crazy. You need to stop doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it builds trust. Same. Yeah, I love when a doctor, well, I don't like it when they're mean to me. But when they tell me the truth, I can tell if it's the truth or not. And then I said, I'll make my decision based off of that.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what you want.
It's basically no filter.
It's important. And everything is filtered.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually had someone tell me everything's fake news. I had someone tell me because a couple months ago, I was like, I don't want to work anymore. I'm going to start a TikTok and vlog and whatever. Still in the works. And they're like, oh, just watch other people's content and recreate it because there's basically a way to do this the right way. And that's how people make money. And I said, I absolutely disagree. I totally disagree. I think people with longevity in their careers online are 100% real, and it's built slowly over time. Sometimes people have big breaks or whatever, but a lot of it is trust built over time by you being authentic. I think when people sell their souls for money or fame or whatever clicks, that's when people start to lose trust and you lose your audience.
Yeah. No, I agree. I completely agree.
So I would never do that.
We don't want to be liars.
I would never lie.
Exaggeration is
I definitely lied. Yeah. Embellishment is different. When I see clients say, sometimes I do say things that it's never a lie. It's just always
fib, a stretch.
It's a really good way of wording things.
When they love it. And
they keep coming back for more.
It doesn't hurt them any bit. Like, they're good.
No, exactly. Actually, again, with one of our clients, he doesn't trust anybody but me I think other people, but the front desk girls mostly. Because I'm just so straightforward and I just lay it all out there so that they know exactly where I'm coming from. I show them exactly what happened with their account, all of their transactions. It's crystal clear. So when other people try to sell them stuff, they say no. They're literally, and then I will say the exact same words as someone else on our team. And they will tell that person to go fuck off, but they'll do exactly what I say. But I literally think it's because of that. Just I've built the trust that they believe that I'm doing the right thing. I know the real things. I've done the research. I have it all kind of prepared for them. So they just say, okay.
Yeah. Relationship building is huge, I feel like, especially with what we do. Just have to build trust, and that's truly just by, not speaking BS. Gotta just be honest.
Even that girl who I really don't like, I think she does trust me because I tell her the truth. Do I want to talk to her ever? No. Nope, sure don't. But I figure the trust is there. Yeah. And she keeps coming back.
Definitely. I agree.
Which...
do we want her to? Debatable.
But
can we tolerate her? I can tolerate her.
I can tolerate anybody.
I can take one for the team.
I mean, I tolerated that girl who actually asked me the same questions 17 million times differently, and I couldn't have possibly communicated clearer. And I didn't punch her in the face, and I think I deserve more credit for that than I'm actually getting.
I think you do too.
I think I should be praised for that because I think
round of applause.
Because you know how hard it is to look people in the face and not slap them when they're saying something crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I took her for the first time she came in, and I was talking in circles, I felt like, the entire time. Which, okay, whatever. But it's a waste of my time. Did she tip you? No.
Ugh.
I don't think so.
Ugh.
It's just a waste of my time. When somebody asks me all these questions, I go above and beyond, and then...
they don't spend any money.
They don't spend money. Or they're, pinching pennies.
Especially when we're in the high numbers of spending, why are we pinching pennies for that? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. What's the difference of $350 and $280?
I don't know. And I don't even got it like a lot of our clients at all. But if there is something I really, really want and I know it's in my price range, obviously if it's $10,000, I'm not. I'm saying like, let's say I'm trying to buy something and it's between 50 and $100. If it ends up being 90 and I thought I was going to pay 50, but I'm getting what I want, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because, and also that's not the energy I want to put out in the universe.
No.
God provides. If I needed to spend a little bit more to get what I wanted, the money's going to come back.
Exactly.
I'm not doing it reckless. It's just, I want what I want. I'm setting the standard for my life that I get what I desire. And that's the energy I'm putting out there.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's it. That's the end of the story.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, should we go eat?
Yeah.
Okay.